In politics, there is no permanent enemy and there is no permanent friend. No permanent friend, no permanent foe. The only thing that is permanent is interest. It was like a tug of war yesterday at the burial ceremony of the mother of the former governor of Kaduna State, Malam Rufai, to shake hand with the current governor, Governor Ubasani. It was a tug of war. It was an act forcefully carried out. But in politics, I must say, there is no permanent friend and there is no permanent enemy. The only thing that is permanent is interest. But the best way to survive in politics and to go far in politics is to always cultivate the spirit of forgiveness, building bridge and extending the olive tree. That is the best way to go far and get to the top of the ladder. And that is one character or characteristics I have always seen in Tinubu as a person. People will be wondering, I am not just a praise singer of Tinubu. I made a video where I compared Tinubu and Atiku, where I said that political patience is a nurtured virtue. A nurtured virtue. Go and check my page and watch that video. Comment on it, like and share. Malam Rufai, the fact remains that what goes around comes around. How did you feel when you saw Ubasani yesterday? I know it was out of anger. You were not ready to have a handshake with him. Perhaps thinking of betrayal, thinking of so many other things. The good days, the good old days. How do you feel to be betrayed? Whatsoever you are feeling, the bitterness you are feeling is the same bitterness someone like Senator Hunkuyi felt. Whatsoever a man soweth, that he will reap. Exactly how you felt betrayed. Because the truth must be told. There wouldn't have been Ubasani in any form without Rufai. I mean, politically speaking. Let me be specific. Politically speaking, I don't know any other economic or religious relationship. Politically speaking, there wouldn't have been Ubasani without Rufai. Because for those of you that will recall, in 2019, when Rufai bragged that he's going to retire Shehu Sani, Nkuyi, and Makarafi from politics, active politics, it was Ubasani he brought to replace Shehu Sani in the central senatorial district of Kaduna State. And I must also tell you something. That's why I said in politics, it could be very dirty. There's no permanent friend, there's no permanent enemy. Shehu Sani and Ubasani were close friends. Back in the days, some of us will tell you, in that cycle, of course we are far younger, but we know them. In fact, people used to think that Ubasani and Shehu Sani were brothers because of the Shehu in their name, but they were not brothers, they were your friends. But politics, through El-Rufai scattered them. But today they are back as friends. So you can see how dirty the politics, the game could be. So in that burial yesterday, you could see many people. Ribadu was there, Ubasani was there, many others were there. Which would have been an opportunity for El-Rufai to welcome them, especially at a ceremony like that. A burial ceremony should be a moment of sober reflection, thinking of how someday myself that I am breathing, I am talking, we will all be like somebody that is lying lifeless. So it was supposed to be a moment of sober reflection. And that is the big difference between Tinubu and any other Nigerian politician. Let me tell you something. Today, someone like Reno or Mokri or FFK, that is Fani Kayode, shouldn't be close to Tinubu in any way. But because Tinubu understands the game, the spirit of forgiveness, building bridges across, even to the terrain of your enemy, not building walls, not building fences, not building walls, bridges. Fani Kayode once insulted Tinubu as a man with a smelly mouth. Go and check it. I won't come online to say things I don't know. It's a man with a smelly mouth that is on drugs. If I mention almost different kinds of drugs, more than 10 different kinds of drugs that it takes daily for him to function. And it's on record that even Reno Mokri once insulted Tinubu as a drug baron, a criminal, what have you. But today, they are close to Tinubu because in the spirit of politics, you don't have permanent enemies. Then that should do have permanent friends. But the best way to rise to the top is to build bridges. El-Rufai is a man with an unforgiving spirit. I am not saying what I don't know. Most of the crises you see in southern Kaduna during his tenure, it was as a result of unforgiving spirit. Allegedly, from what we have sourced out for, allegedly, while he was governor, each time he made reference to Zango Kataf, for those that were close to him and what we got later, each time he made reference to Zango Kataf, which was a war between the southern Kaduna, let me say the Christians and Muslims in Kaduna in 1991. Each time he made reference to Zango Kataf, there would be an attack in southern Kaduna that night. I am saying the fact. I know what I am saying. Unforgiving spirit. Meanwhile, the same you came to power. Nkuyi brought you to power. Nkuyi, in fact, you did not even only sideline Nkuyi just like Ubasani sidelined you. You demolished Nkuyi building. The same building that you held over 50 political meetings before your election in 2015. You demolished the building. Now you are feeling betrayed. I must say, for us to grow in Nigeria, the political elite must learn the spirit of forgiveness, not politics of bitterness. Where Pantami, who was there yesterday trying to do the reconciliation, yourself, you are a terrorist sympathizer. We have seen your videos where you were preaching, supporting Boko Haram, where you were saying that you are less Muslim than Osama bin Laden that bombed America 9/11. But it's good. The record is there, and the record will always speak. Tinubu, continue to build your tentacle by that spirit of forgiveness. El-Rufai, there's a room for a change of mind. If Ubasani betrayed you, you too, you once betrayed others. Even the Atiku you are running after today, you once betrayed Atiku. Atiku brought you to limelight. The Ribadu you are fighting today, you yourself and Ribadu, you were once good friends. Let's build Nigeria with the spirit of forgiveness. Share this video, like it, and comment. Nigeria will be great again.